What is up, my sweet and spicy, sexy ass Genesis duelists? It is late. I should have been asleep 45 minutes ago, but I was doom scrolling in my bed, and thank God I was, because my boy Geo, shoutouts Geo, put in a Discord we are in that the Genesis points update post Nats has arrived. It has arrived. This is great. This is very useful and good information for us. I have not seen this list, and because I was already at home, even though it's so late, I'm like, oh, I really want to do like a blind react to the list, right? So we can go through it, we can talk about it, we can discuss the implications on the meta. I will say I did have a 2-ish hour long video planned where I built for the current format with you guys. That video has now completely been scrapped on basis that this is out. I will be refilming the video with these points updates. But yeah, so just a sneak peek at what's to come. It sucks for me, but it's kind of hype. Leave a like and subscribe if y'all enjoy Genesis. Let's fucking hop into it, right? All right. Reminder, beginning this season, Genesis is expanding to regional qualifiers as well. Need an invite to compete in the next year's Genesis Championship. Check out location and website here. Check that out. And don't forget, new winners packs get awarded to top finishers at Genesis. Interesting. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But very, very good to know for me specifically. I don't know if y'all know this, but Shaddoll Fusion comes in these Genesis Regionals winner packs, in the winner packs in general. And you know what your boy needs? He needs some stamped holographic fucking Shaddoll Fusions. So I will likely be grinding for these. Alright, anyway. Point changes will take effect on Monday. Okay, so August 1st. No, August 3rd. August 3rd, these will take effect. Based on results from Genesis Championship, let's start with some of the overall takeaways and trends. Between North America and Europe, no severe play rate outliers amongst individual strategies. Blitzclick? Only strategy by more than 10% of players was Blitzclick. Oh my god, really? Only 10%? Only 10%? Even assuming this higher end of 13% at NAWCQ and 7 out of the top 8? That screams to me it's a problem. Fairy Tail was close. Furthermore, no individual card was used by 50% or more of all players. DD Crow just sneak in over 50% in NA, but was pulled back to the other side by Europe. Overall, most popular strategy globally was Blitzclick, which swept the weekend's events. In Europe, second most popular strategy was Melfi. North America, it was Summoning Regulus. However, when you put the numbers together from both events, Fairy Tail came out as the second most popular. Melfi ended up with no top finishes anyway, but one of the Regulus decks, teaming with Doom Z, made top 8 in Europe. Fairy Tail made top 32 on every continent, and the winner of South American Genesis Championship, pop off SA. A Central American Genesis Championship was won by Tallarknights, boo, using Rongo. I'm so crazy. Oh, hey, thank God, first good change. Rongo at 100 points, effectively gone from the format, thank fucking Christ. This card was cancerous, it was terrible, I've never enjoyed this card. Big question with which obstructive Thunder monster ends up being the monster of choice for Blitzclick. Actual data shows Thunderclap Monk being heavy favorite with a small side of Lightning Rod Lord. How do I play 3 monks? Do you play 1 or 3 monks? The question that the winner answers with the most emphatic 3. So Blitzclick point changes. Whisker goes up to 6. Good, very needed. Definitely the strongest card in the deck. Blitzclick Breakaway to 2. That's fine. I think you can afford both of these pretty handedly. No points on Colcomb. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Thunderclap Monk, 9 points. Lightning Rod Lord, sure. Fairy Tales, no points being redistributed amongst other key cards. Genia and Regulus, the Endymion one, are also being monitored, but we'll get a better look at them. Snow drops to 10 points? Hello? I'm sorry, I'm being there are probably people sleeping in my house. Snow at 10 points? Snow went from 85 to 10 points, you guys, depending on how Shaddolls is impacted on this list, if at all, this might be the realest fucking tech in the Shaddol deck. Let's continue for now, but holy shit, this is going to be a problem. I'm already calling it now. I think this means you will see a lot more of Snow showing up in Genesis. Match Giru 5, Wicat 10, Fairy Tale Ball, haha, the ball, 10, okay, I mean, this is cool, I guess. I haven't really fucked with the Fairy Tale deck. I haven't played against it once. I've never looked into the cards besides Exactly Snow. I don't know how good or bad this is. I'm assuming it's alright, at least. Doomsy is the most popular of the Regulus decks, certainly not the only one. General ability to easily make rank 4s. And skirt the cost of Medius Appear will also be lessened, but more about that later. So Regulus gets 33 extra points. Or, excuse me, 13 extra points, bringing it up to 33. That's good. It'll probably still see play, but all it means is that the decks that are playing it now have to sacrifice some of their non-engine points, right? Which I think is fair. Tellarknights had an extremely good couple of months, still very impactful after getting their initial points on the Blig list. Larian at 5, cool. Dark Tellarknight, Battlemius, cool. M7, oh no, Omega 7, excuse me, not M7, gets 5. Tellarnova Bonds gets 3. Constellar Tellarknights, if y'all haven't heard this card, it's pretty crazy, that gets 1. And then Chronomaly Vaminia gets 10, cool. This, I mean, again, I think Tellarknights will still be playable, but this is good just insofar as, like, if they want to focus more on engine, they can, but if they don't, and they want to still play their same amount of strong non-engine, they're gonna have to make do with other rank 4 slop nonsense, right? So, hopefully easier to stop rank 4 slop nonsense. Hyper Melfi was quite strong, saw a lot of play, not a lot of success. Unfortunate and costly stumble out the gate. Deck has plenty of cap space for powerful non-engine, but they're still giving Godmommy 2, Footsteps 2, and Staring Contest 2. I mean, I guess if it saw a lot of play, but it did not get a ton of success, like, the justification for giving it any points is that it saw a lot of play, but the justification for giving it, what is this? Assuming you're playing all these at 3, I don't know if you do, that's 18 total points, is the fact that I didn't see a lot of success. Not terrible. I don't hate this. I don't know that I like it necessarily, but I guess, you know, time will tell how good Melfi is, right? Popularity of Sacred Beasts was one of the biggest surprises. A lot of players on the floor looking for Starlight Rare Sacred Beasts, delivering strong finishes and awesome duels. Card of the Soul has been waiting for a good deck that runs 4K, 4Ks, sure, yeah, true. Also a card you have to be careful with because any deck that inflicts incidental damage can render it unusable. So to the end of Sacred Beasts being so popular, New Hamon getting 2, New Raviel getting 2, Martyr going from 2 to 3, Thunderclap going from 2 to 3, Nerva the Power Patron of Creation going from 5 to 6, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon. Hey, you know what? Good. Any deck that can just bonk you for 2, or any card that can just bonk you for 2k out of nowhere, I think needs to be pointed. Because that's a very viable win condition, right? Get your opponent down to under 2k, and then main phase 2 overlay for Gustav Max, and then just kill him. Does not sound very fun. I like this. I like these changes. Again, no one at my locals. I also haven't been going to locals a whole bunch, so you know. That might be part of the reason why. But I haven't really seen Sacred Beasts at my locals, and I watched a little bit of the National Championships, but I was very busy that weekend, so, you know. But cool, good to know. Crystron is currently Synchro combo deck of choice. Main flavor of Crystron is growing Elfno Crystron, sure, but the BES version had a promising start. BES version is only being used by a couple players per event, so to that end, the BES cards are not getting touched. But Solfefnir is getting 2, Tristras is getting 2, both of those are good. Both of these cards see a healthy bit of play in the Crystron strategy, just giving them a couple extra points to keep them kind of in check is good. Elfno, Tinia, and Lucina, I don't know what the fuck these cards do, I'm assuming these are good. Clown Crew's antics have steadily increased over the past couple of months, giving Crown Clue Flare 5. I'm not gonna hold you, I don't think this is necessary or warranted. And again, this is kind of the issue with basing your points on play rate, because even if a deck doesn't perform, if a lot of people think it will and they show up playing the deck, it will get points, right? A la Melfi. Now, mind you, it's not a ton of points. Melfi gets 18 total if you're playing 3 of each. Clown Crew gets 15 total if you're playing 3 of each. But those are not an insignificant amount of points, right? Like, those points still matter. 18 points, that's a playset of Ghost Bells you no longer can play, right? 15 points, that's a playset of Ogre and Chalice you can no longer play. So, Okay, but that's it for engine pieces going up. So now we're going to talk about increases and decreases on general use cards. Despite having a global usage rate just below 50%, Crow is the most played card in the entire format. That's true. Always been a deceptive card because it reads like it does nothing, but if you ever play with it, obviously it's not true. Newer card with over 40% use rate is Pear Bear Scare. Shoutouts Pear Bear Scare. It's a good card. I like the fact that you can play mind games with it. I really, really like that about the card. How good it is remains to be seen. If you listen to the people who were at NAS this year, they will tell you it was not good, right? But let's see. Particular card is a fascinating case because more people play it, the worse it gets. A 0-point card that anyone can use is at its lowest effectiveness. Where to gain points, it becomes more likely to resolve its destruction effect since players will start cutting it out to save points. We're going to monitor the ebb and flow of this card's usage for a couple more big events before deciding on what to do with it. Crow goes up to 2 points. I think that's fair. Crow is incredibly powerful. Hopefully this will dissuade people from playing Crow to leave us Shaddoll players a bit more free to fuck around and find out. Alright. Addition of Talon Knights and Blitzclick into the format in consecutive sets. Massively spiked usage of 7th Tachyon, going from about 1 in 11 in every 11 players, which is like 9%, to 1 in 3, that's 33%, to warrant a point hike. Good. Hero Lives become a crucial card of various Regulus decks and other decks looking to spam rank 4s and find Mighty Superior. Agreed and good. Also been a jump in players using Archfiend Arsenal thanks to the flexibility of Royal Archfiend and I have not seen this, but that does sound tight as fuck. 7th Tachyon getting 11 points, a Hero Lives getting 8 points, these two other cards that I don't know anything about getting some points. Let's give it up for Konami. After about a year and change, one of their most generic searchers finally gets some fucking points. Still less than Rhoda, still less than Terraforming, which I think it should remain less than Terraforming, but thank fucking Christ, dog. This card has been such a problem plaguing the format since it began, right? Every rank 4 slop deck would play this card. And don't get me wrong, I love rank 4. Rank 4 slop is my second favorite way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! My first favorite, of course, being fusion summoning. But even though I love rank 4 slop, I also understand A, how powerful it is, and B, how accessible it is, right? I really like rank 4 slop because not all the time, but sometimes those lists do have a certain amount of innovation going on with them. You know what I mean? And that's what really, rustles my jimmies. It's the innovation in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. Similarly, a Hero Lives getting 8 points. This is beyond warranted. Heroes is stupid splashable with this. Now, thankfully, it will no longer be. He says, not knowing if that's true. I don't know what either of these two Archfiend cards are. I'm not going to bother to read them now. If they're saying they were played a ton, good. I don't know if it's good that they're gone, but remains to be seen. We'll see how the format develops on this. Now we've got a lot more real-world data on search card usage. We're going to modify the base point values. Oh, shit. Okay, I just talked shit about this 10 seconds ago, and they're already correcting me. Good job, Konami. Good job. Let's take a look to see what y'all did. Action deck monsters will remain where they are for the moment. I think that's correct. Bonfire to 15 points. I like that. Chaos Space to 13, like that too. Deep Sea Aria to 12, good. Italy to 25 is warranted because Italy is a stronger searcher than the rest of them. Tenki to 11 points, good. Fossil Dig to 18. Now this is interesting. It seems like they're basing the amount of points given relative to the power of the cards that can be searched. And I guess they think like Soul Eating Oviraptor is just so much better than Tenki, right? Because for the cost of 2 Fossil Dig, you can play 3 Tenki and a playset of Chalice, which is crazy. Lone Fire Blossom to 10, Plant Decks might be real. 1 for 1 to 19. I still don't know if that makes this card see play, but if you really want to see a particular level 1, maybe. OSS from 100 to 70, that's a massive decrease. Okay. Quick Launch to 25 because like Italy and Special Summons, I get that. Rotor to 18, this is warranted if we're doing it by power levels. I think Warriors are by far and away the largest category of monsters that have a search card for them. Terraforming, wow, Terraforming to 20, alright, I'll eat my fucking words, Konami, good shit, I like this a lot. I think this gives more versatility and point expenditure to decks. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think a lot of these will still see play. Maybe Rhoda will see play at 1, maybe. I think Tenki, if a Beast Warrior deck comes out that's good or is discovered that's good, I think Tenki will see like a play at maybe 1 or 2 copies. Bonfire I could realistically see play at 1, depending on if anybody finds a way to make Ryzos broken in this format. Chaos Space I could see being played at like maybe 1. Deep Sea Aria, I don't think we'll see much play until the Atlanta stuff comes out. Italy maybe sees play at 25, but that's rough. That's rough, brother. You can play a playset of Fulos and 1 Chalice for the cost of playing 1 Italy, you know what I mean? Fossil Dig might see play amongst Dino tryhards. I think Lone Fire Blossom. Truly, I think of all of these cards, the one that is most likely to see play, besides Rhoda. Even on Rhoda, I'm kind of 50-50. I do think Lone Fire Blossom, if any of these, will be the biggest change in the thing, in the format, just because you can now theoretically play 3 of this and a playset of Chalice for the same amount you could have played 1 at, right? Like the 23 times 3 is what, 69? The 69 point decrease on a playset of Lone Fire Blossom is so valuable to any plant deck. I don't know what plant decks will be good, but if there is one, Lone Fire Blossom, you can be sure we'll see play at least 2 in that deck. I think 10 points is a feasible enough number for Lone Fire Blossom. Next up are some reductions and rearrangement for low pop decks and decks whose cards have been used by non-themed decks. For example, should all players have solemnly sworn to us they are never willing to fusion summon El Shaddoll Winda ever again? In return, oh my god! Guys, is it happening? Is it happening? Hold on, okay. Phantom Knight's Declared Cloak, 4-2, who gives a shit? Phantom Knight Doom Secret, 5-3. Phantom Knight Malevolent Scythe, 12-10, don't give a shit. Phantom Knight's Breaksword, to 1. That's, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Boris Storm the Wicked Wind, 20-15. Sword Soul Emergence, 7-2. Draconic Diagram, 10-5. I'm liking these a lot. Tour Guide free. I think this is very good. Tour Guide was doing fuck all in this format. I think Tour Guide should be free to be unleashed. It will also give credence to the people who want to play Phantom Knights or BA or some mashup of the two, right? I think that's fine. Garunix Eternity? Hyang of the Fire King? Let me know if I'm pronouncing Hyang wrong. Hyang? To 3 points? Okay. Ponix 10-7. Kirin 7-5. Okay, so this change really occurred to have a little bit more versatility with how you want to distribute your points here, right? Goblin Biker Big Gabonga to 10 points, good. Goblin Biker Grand Entrance, 15 points. I think this is just going to give credence to like rank 3 slop, which I love. I love Xyz slop piles, if y'all couldn't tell. Officiator of the Doom? I don't know what the fuck this card is, but it's at 0 points. Thunder Crash Scarecrow, 10-0. Sure, yeah, no one's going to play that anyway. Purely Happy Memories, 0-2. Perlily, 7-5. Winda to 100. Apcalone to 1. Lev Shaddoll to 3. Shaddoll Fusion to 3. Shaddoll Schism to 1. Ladies and fucking gentlemen, we are eating. We are eating, dog. Alright, let me just finish off this. Power Desires, 15-10. Who gives a fuck? Regeki, 4-2. Who gives a fuck? I don't even bother reading this. Alright, let's talk about this for a second. I am so beyond happy, you cannot even begin to understand, okay? So, downside. Lev Shaddoll Fusion and Void... Oh, no, Lev Shaddoll Fusion's at 3. Never mind. So, Void Liberation is the only card at 10 points besides Winda. Winda to 100? Listen, I'm not going to hold y'all. I love Winda. Winda is the single best card in the Shaddoll deck. By far, by large, hands down, no contest. This card should have been at 100 points at the conception of this format, I think. I think leaving it at 60 just to give Shaddoll players a way to play the game was kind of dumb. Especially since at the beginning of the format, you could just mix the Shaddoll cards with, Draco Tail, and just play like a non-pointed Shaddoll suite, which is exactly what I was doing. And I was taking names, I was winning games. I won my, my Genesis pod, the 16-man pod to get your Mad and your Starlight Rare. I won one of those, and then I proceeded to win the next day. I won one more round in the Giant Card event that they had that I qualified for. So I think, and I didn't even play Winda, right? I think this should have been happening. I understand wanting to give Shaddoll purists a leg to stand on. I think the second you point these guys, it was game over, right? So we're not going to talk about this right now. Let's talk about Apcalone to 1. Apcalone to 1 means you can play 3 of this motherfucker in the deck for 3 points, which is a third of what 1 used to be, dude. Lev Shaddoll Fusion at 3 means you can play 3 of them and still have room for a Chalice for the cost that I used to play 1. Now the downside, Shaddoll Fusion to 3 points, I think this is fair. I think this card is very, very splashable, as demonstrated throughout the NAWCQ or NAGCQ, whatever the fuck. So I think the trade-off for getting Apclone to 1, Schism to 1 is huge, and Lev Shadal to 3 is that Shadal Fusion goes up 2-3. And that's fine. We still net so many overall points. I'm going to start cooking. I can't even start cooking tonight because it's already so late. I can't start cooking. I'll start cooking tomorrow while I'm at work. Y'all don't fret. Do not worry. I have y'all in my hands. Trust. All right? But I will be cooking, and in my next video, the one where I show y'all how to use math to build the best deck you possibly can, we are going to apply all of this there, and I'm gonna show y'all what a truly broken Shadal deck can do. I got baby girls, baby boys, baby non-gender conformings. I got ideas. Oh boy, oh baby, do I got ideas, and boy, howdy am I going to apply said ideas, alright, let's, I'm so excited, yes, thank you, Konami, based Konami, I love you, Konami, please, I'm so excited, alright, I might leave all of this in, I might cut out the millions of minutes of me just losing my mind, yes! Oh, I'm so hyped. Okay, let's continue. And that'll do it for this update. Oh, perfect. All right, we're in the clear. Fuck yes. Next update will be towards the end of August, covering the new cards in Magnificent Monsters. Noted and determined. Or agreed. Yeah, 100%. I'm sorry, I can barely think. Genesis Regionals are now beginning, and while these changes won't be active for the weekend, they will be for the next weekend. So while you're at your tournaments this weekend, think about what cards you might want to pick up for the new format. Ho, baby. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my sweet and spicy, sexy ass Genesis duelists. That is it for my blind reaction to this amazing, this beautiful, this sexy ass Genesis Points update. If y'all are as hype as me to play in this new format, leave a like, leave a comment, drop a subscribe, share the video, do what you gotta do. But until next time, this has been your boy, CDP. And I will see you, sweet and spicy, sexy ass Genesis enthusiasts, next time. Peace, y'all. Oh, fuck yes.